right to the comfort of your home.
So many events happened from yesterday within and outside the country. Please stay with us as we take a look at these stories.
Newspaper headlines, a program you cannot afford to miss, showing only on ACNN TV.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the second day of April 2021. Happy New Month. This is the day the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. This is the first edition of the newspaper program for the month. And as a reminder, Newspaper Headlines is a program that keeps you abreast with events happening around the world with a look at the front pages of the dailies. You can call in to make your contributions regarding the headlines, and we encourage you to share our various social media links. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/ACNNTV. On YouTube, youtube.com/ACNNTV. On Instagram and Twitter at ACNNTV. And our website is www.acnntv.com. I am Phoebe Agimehu. And now let's go through the front pages together, starting with the Daily Sun newspaper. The lead story: phone users without NIN to spend 14 years in jail. Federal government rules out lifting ban on new SIM registration. Nigerians fought moves. Page 7. And let's take the stories on pages 26, 8, 6, 7, and the bottom strip story. Insecurity. NYC demands deployment of more troops to camps. We will protect core members during election, coming from the military. Resident doctors snub federal government, insist on strike. Page 8. On Easter, don't allow mischief makers fragment our unity, coming from Buhari. Alu Wangu felicitate with Christians. Page 3. Gunmen hit military base in Niger, kill 5 soldiers, Mopo 7 others. Anxiety over missing NAF plane in Borno. Page 6. Fireme will not cede Ekiti land for ranching, says council. Page 5. AP court quashes 2.1 billion naira fraud charges against Dokbesi. Page 5. And now to the picture. Group chairman Mr. Tony Olumelu, second right, with group managing director CEO Mr. Kennedy Uzoka, second left. Deputy managing director Africa Mr. Oliver Alawuba, right. And Deputy Managing Director Nigeria, Mr. Ayoku Laidi, at the 59th Annual General Meeting of United Bank for Africa UBA PLC in Lagos yesterday. And just beside the masthead, Ebonyi massacre, we won't tolerate these vows in Wanyanwu. Ohaneze, Southeast governors to meet. Page 26. Lastly, from the front page of Daily Sun, just below the masthead, NDLEA nabs Chadian Boko Haram drug supplier in Taraba, trans-border trafficker in Yobe. Page 5. That is all from the Daily Sun. Up next is the Guardian newspaper. Let's take a look at the stories. And just below the masthead, doctor strike paralyzes hospitals, patients groan. I'll take that again. Doctor strike paralyzes hospitals, patients groan. Hospitals expel, reject patients. NAT says members unlikely to call off strike soon. Congress to decide next line of action, says federal government assurances not concrete despite signing agreement. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 6. And the picture, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka left Dapo Abiodun and Corps Commander David Akiremi at the presentation of staff of office to Soyinka as the Super Marshal of the State Amotekun Corps during the inauguration of the outfit in Abeokuta yesterday. All right, WHO, Africa CDC, warn of COVID-19 surge as Christians mark Easter. Religious leaders anticipate large crowds at second pandemic Easter. Fare hike, fleet scarcity hit Easter air travelers. Don't let mischief mongers divide this country, Buhari tells Nigerians. Lawan group admonish Nigerians to exhibit love, hope, tolerance. Police tighten security in states. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 6. And the bottom strip stories, Nigerians without NINs risk 14-year jail term, says federal government, page 8. INEC rejects NIN as voter registration begins June 28, page 3. NDLEA nabs Chadian Boko Haram drug supplier in Taraba, page 8. Federal government diverting Rivers armored choppers to fight Boko Haram, Wike alleges, page 29. That is all from the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Right about now is the Leadership Friday, and let's take a look at the front page together. Just below the masthead, NAS alone can't scrap local government, sons, others, page 4. APC state chairman seek conduct of Congress as party extends registration, page 8. On Easter, don't allow mischief makers divide us, PMB tells Nigerians, page 4. And the lead story, hospitals turn back patients as resident doctors begin strike. Consultants, nurses attend to emergency cases. Doctors in state hospitals shun strike, page 4. And there you have this picture as earlier seen on the front page of the Daily Sun. My attack, politically motivated, coming from Soludo, vows to go ahead with governorship ambition. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 7. On that same page, 2023 presidency, we will support candidates who understands our problems, coming from ACF. Missing NAF aircrafts. Amao urges calm as search continues, page 8. Continuous voter registration resumes June 28, says INEC, page 9. Communal clashes. 100 killed in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Abia in 3 months, page 11. And lastly, Chadian Boko Haram drug supplier, transborder trafficker nabbed in Taraba, Yobe, page 8. And that is all from the Leadership Friday. Viewer, you're still watching the newspaper headline. And right about now, we go on a short break. And when we return, we shall continue with the rest of the papers. Kindly stay tuned.
An unusual encounter to unveil the future leaders of integrity to spearhead the spiritual and socio-economic transformation of Africa. Joshua Generation International Youth Conference. Theme: Living with a Purpose. Date: Monday 5th to Saturday 10th April 2021. Venue: University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Enugu State. Ministering: Brother Bile Akani, Mr. Tony Elumelu, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshina, Right Reverend Ephraim Ekeako, Right Reverend Professor Dakbo Asaju and other ministers. Worship Minister Solomon Lange. Feeding and accommodation for all participants. Special guest of honor: His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, Executive Governor of Delta State. Host Governor: His Excellency Dr. Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Executive Governor of Enugu State. Host: His Grace Most Reverend Henry C. Undukuba, Primate of all Nigeria Anglican Communion. This event is powered by Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion.
All right, thank you for staying tuned. You're watching the newspaper headlines live from the ACNN studios in Abuja. For more on our catch-up programs, please visit our social media platforms all showing on the screen. And do well to download the VM Africa app or Prime TV or We TV Africa on any app store to watch us on the go. ACNN TV is now available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Android TV. So we continue with the rest of the papers. Right here is the front page of the Nation newspaper, and just above the masthead, how plot to extend APC caretaker panel's tenure was stalled. Page 4. 5 suspects arrested over attack on Soludo. How it happened. Find out on page 6. UBA assets rise to 7.7 trillion naira. Soyinka becomes Ogun Amotekun Super Marshal. NBA to probe CCT chair. Pages 7, 31 and 5. And below the masthead again is the picture as earlier seen on the front page of Daily Song and Leadership Friday. 51 million Nigerians captured in NIN registration, page 7. Buhari celebrates with Christians, page 5. Search begins for Air Force jet missing in Boko Haram action. 4 soldiers killed by bandits. Gunmen attack ex-minister's home. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 5. And now to the lead story. Strike paralyzes hospitals. Patients move out of hospitals in Ibadan, Kaduna, Jos, Ekiti. Resident doctors, no faith in MOU. Page 4. And there you have the picture of stranded relatives of patients at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital lawsuit yesterday. Kidnapping, banditry, 53 held in Osun, Kwara, and Plateau. Page 5. Fireme not planning to take land for ranching, says Monarch. Page 31. And that is all the Nation paper has for us this morning. Right about now is the Punch, and let's take a look at the stories together. We'll begin with the lead story. Federal government threatens NAD as doctors begin strike after agreement. If you don't agree, you don't sign an agreement, Ngige tells doctors. Federal government proposals not new. Resident doctors replies. Hospitals reject non-emergency cases. Resident doctors are foot soldiers. Strike will affect hospitals, says director. And there you have the picture from Abuja and Lagos as wards and patients reception point at Wuse General Hospital, Abuja, and a corridor at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital Ikeja as resident doctors begin nationwide strike on Thursday. Moving on, APC bows to pressure, extends registration by 3 weeks, page 13. NYC demands increased troops deployment in orientation camps, page 8. NBA to probe CCT chairman's assault on Abuja guard, page 10. 2 Chinese abducted as Shoyinka warns Amotekun against abuse, page 7. Controversy as customs invade Lagos market, cut away rice, cash, pages 4 and 5. Herdsmen marched Ondo female farmer for resisting grazing on plantation, page 9. And above the masthead, external reserves lost $178 million in March, coming from CBN, page 21. INEC targets 20 million new voters. Registration begins June 28, page 7. Bandits invade Niger Joint Forces camp. Kill 7, abduct 10, page 8. And on page 19, Nigerians without NIN risk 14-year imprisonment. That's coming from the minister on page 19. That's all the Punch has for you this morning. Up next is the Nigerian Tribune. The lead story. Why those without NIN risk imprisonment? Federal government explains on page 4. 2.1 billion naira arms deal. Appeal court frees the Percy firm. Page 8. Olu stool. Discordant tunes as Gowon ruling house issues appointment letter to Ologboshere's successor. Page 30. Alleged assault. NBA to investigate CCT chairman. Page 26. NDLEA arrests Chadian Boko Haram drug supplier in Taraba. Page 27. Again, you have this picture of the 59th Annual General Meeting of the United Bank for Africa, UBA, in Lagos on Thursday. And the second picture, food items in sacks during the unveiling of Osun State food supplies in Oshogbo on Thursday. And on page 8, resident doctor strike paralyzes hospitals. Just below the masthead, FBN Holdings gross total assets to over 7 trillion naira. Profit hits 90 billion naira. Page 6. 24 hours after, knife fighter jet still missing in Northeast. I'll take that again. 24 hours after, NAF fighter jets still missing in Northeast. Page 27. Ogun governor makes sure you come Amotekun super marshal. Page 2. And just above the masthead, rice traders protest as customs raid over 88 shops at midnight in Ibadan. Page 30. Lastly, from the Nigerian Tribune on page 4, U.S. report on Lekki shootings stirs fresh debates. Keyamu, Buhari's aide, Showolu's spokesperson, others react. Names of dead, amputated Lekki protesters to be released soon. Coming from Fire now. We stand by our report. Amnesty International. That is all from the Nigerian Tribune. With that, we draw the curtain for this edition of the program. Thank you for staying with us throughout, and as you go through the weekend, give thanks to God who caused us to triumph in Christ Jesus. Have a beautiful weekend, and God bless you.
Timberlock, they kill termites instantly. Now the best food preservative. With Timberlock fresh food, Timberlock help you. Timberlock tested, Timberlock trusted. Timberlock fresh food, Timberlock help you. Timberlock tested, Timberlock trusted. Timberlock, oh wow, Timberlock. Medium brown, Timberlock. Colorless, Timberlock. You want herbal, finishing technology products. Make you go tell them, Timberlock. Now use and tell, oh wow, yeah.
Timberlock Wood Preservative, the wood preservative brand leader in Africa.
An unusual encounter to unveil the future leaders of integrity.